explain.
I know you can. You're a very, very gifted storyteller.
Bedside.
Dude, would you just tell her? Just tell her the truth. Like, just tell her the truth. Just cut his dick off. That's what I would have done. Shit, if I was Norman.
Tu sei una carta Jenny.
Se volete ricerà così.
Io pensavo che mio figlio se ne fotteva. Federico prima. Tu sei più buono col gioco mio. Are you ready?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are here once again with another reaction to Lost season 3 episode 5 is here today. I think we are close to wrapping up season 1 on the channel currently. So if you guys want to watch more episodes, man, as you're watching this, we're probably done with Lost actually on Patreon by the time you guys are seeing this on YouTube. So if you want to, come over there, support your boy. If you agree with me, if you agree with me, that is, because I don't hold back my thoughts, and you know, people tend to think that I just like hearing the sound of my own voice or whatever the situation is. But if you're just here to see a reaction to the show, somebody who's gonna jump up and down and go crazy every time every little bit of thing happens or whatever the situation is, you are watching the wrong channel. There's plenty of reaction channels out there, man. They might not be watching Lost, but I'm pretty sure you can find somebody else that's a lot more reasonable, might be a lot more agreeable with you guys, or go along with the world's norms, I guess. I don't know. You know, according to everybody and how, you know, well, in general, how people think these days. They think that a lot of things have changed, but really things haven't changed. It's just it really hasn't changed. It's the propaganda. The propaganda that has changed to make people think that these things have changed, but these things are still apparently very there in abundance, you know, very the norm. You know what I'm saying? It's just what's put out there, what you see on the news is very different from how people actually operate, if you really get to the core of it all. So yeah, I'm not into conspiracy theories or anything like that, so don't think that I'm like off my rockers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going Kanye crazy, no. You know, I try to be mindful as well of the things that I say. But either way, let's jump into the reaction. I will see you guys right after for the review. All right, let's get it. All right, so this is going to be a very interesting episode, guys. So I was sitting here for a good chunk of this episode, but I was muted. So I was muted, so I'm starting it over. So there are stuff that I already seen. There are comments that I already made. I was so mad at myself when I realized it was muted, because I got a phone call at the beginning of the episode and I muted the mic because I was just going to go back, but then I started over the episode because it was like I was only like a minute in. So I started over the recording, but I didn't unmute the freaking mic. So there was stuff I was saying during the episode that you're gonna see in the full reaction. That, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know what? Let me just start over the episode and just talk about it regardless. So there are going to be things it's not going to be new to me because I've seen it already. Okay, so let's get back into it.
Here, eat. It's okay, Yemi.
Echo.
All right, Echo. Go. Confess that you have stolen. Yemi was hungry. That is not an excuse. You have sinned, Echo. Now go. Ask God for forgiveness.
I wonder why he didn't just ask for the food. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the food is probably for everybody, but pretty sure if you asked for a cracker, I don't think they would have been like, nah. But then again,
Echo, can you hear me?
Come on. Locke will want to know you guys are back.
this hut's gonna catch on fire. As I said, I've seen pretty much like
I've come to give my confession.
damn near all the episode already.
Echo. Are you okay, Father? Echo. Echo, wake up.
Why did he light the lighter?
It is time to confess. To be judged, brother. I will be waiting.
You know where to find
You guys
me.
smell smoke?
Whoa!
Get it clear! Echo! Help me! Go!
You okay? All right.
You know, watching this a second time around,
My
I might
brother.
just see something I didn't see before. So let's
You're
just relax.
Okay.
I still was
everyone
wondering
okay?
how,
Yeah. We're good. Where's
unless
Echo?
he did
Elena,
catch
hold
it
him
on
up.
fire
Hold it.
himself, right?
He's right
So that he could escape or he could leave.
Echo? Echo?
I was hoping you might join me for a walk. What?
Well, you say that like you're not gonna just throw a bag over my head and drag me out of here if I say no.
Why don't you put this on?
I will let you guys know when we come to the part where the
wait
parts that I haven't seen yet.
Your neck, does it hurt? Any numbness in your fingers and toes, like pins and needles when your foot falls asleep, but permanent? Because, Ben, you have a tumor on your spine, an aggressive tumor. I don't know when those x-rays were taken that I saw, but unless they were very recent, you're not gonna be taking walks much longer,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
okay?
Liar.
I know how to find Jack, Kate, and Sawyer. Tell them what you told me.
The computer in the hatch wasn't only for pushing the button. I'm pretty sure that it could be used to communicate with other stations.
You want to try and communicate with the others?
Yep.
No luck, dudes.
We looked everywhere.
When you pulled him out of the tent, did he say anything?
Nothing coherent. He's just mumbling. My brother.
We're all going to the same place.
Father? Oh, I was looking for Father Yemi. Are you taking his place?
Yes.
Will Father Yemi still go to London?
London.
He was leaving at the end of the week. He was going to continue his studies.
I will take his place there too.
Don't! No! Please! No!
Hey, everybody. We're heading out to the Pearl Station. There's a computer there that might help us find our people. Anybody want to come along? If you'd like to join us, it's a free island.
Yeah, see, Jack would go and do stuff alone. Or
They added another baddie.
Yeah, well, I'm not Jack. Anybody else want to come meet us at the tree line in 10 minutes? Bring water.
You're not serious.
What? You always whine about not being included. Now's your chance.
Them from
Are we
other
going
shows
after
that I've
the
watched.
computer? Or are we going after your man, Echo?
Two birds, one stone. Echo's heading for the plane that crashed on top of the entrance to the Pearl Station.
Well, that's quite a coincidence.
Don't mistake coincidence for fate.
You're not supposed to do that. That's holy water.
I'm washing away my sins.
Father Yemi will
I'm
not
not Father Yemi.
With holy water.
Wait there.
Oh yeah? Where is Father Yemi?
Who wants to know?
Perhaps you did not hear me. I said, where is Father Yemi?
The shipment is late. I just got off the telephone. They assured me to arrive on Friday.
What shipment?
We received shipments of vaccines from the Red Cross. We're allowed to keep 20%. The rest we give to Emeka and his men.
In exchange for protection. Everybody's happy. Everybody benefits. So, I hope you will
It's
continue
like there's
to
no
honor
law
our
in these
arrangements.
countries. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would think, like, I don't know, because I've never been. You know, plans for the future, of course, to go to some of these countries and see what it is about. It's like there's no authority. Like, where's the law? Where's the police? Can you call the police? You know what I'm saying? Is it corrupted, or just, you know, the law just doesn't exist? Like, it's just outlaws run the country. I've read upon some of, you know, some African. I know it's not the same in every African country, but it's like you see these things, like how it's portrayed in shows, and it's like, where is the police? Why doesn't nobody call the police when you're literally being strong armed? You know what I'm saying? But the circumstances is not the same. It's not as civilized, if you will. So it's kind of like the outlaws run. They can just run up on people because they got guns. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, and everything is just so out in the open. You would think that, you know, these guys would be, you know, locked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, openly strong arming people like this in third world countries is like, it's like it just when you watch it in shows, it just seems like the norm. You know what I mean? But let me know if there's any Africans watching the channel or whatever, if you know what goes down. It's like a lot of these places, like, there's no law whatsoever. There's, even if there is, it's like the reach is not far enough. So you have these maybe on the outskirts or whatever, where, you know, militias just take over. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
I'm not afraid of you.
And he just senselessly kills a woman.
You don't want more lives on your conscience?
On my conscience, my guy? What is that, bro? Like,
Hello, Echo.
hello, Echo.
I'd like to talk to him.
Okay, so talk to him.
Alone, please.
I'm fine with her being here.
And I'm thrilled that you're fine, Jack, but it's private. We had such a wonderful plan to
What
break
I
you,
wouldn't
Jack.
do for a burger. Jesus Christ, I haven't ate a burger yet.
Break me?
Wear you
can't
down
eat
till you were
that stuff
convinced we weren't your
anymore.
enemies. All of this, of course, assumed that you would get invested.
Invested in what?
Has it not occurred to you that Juliet bears a striking resemblance to your ex-wife?
Yeah, the last time around, first time when I was watching through the episode, I didn't understand what he meant by that. It's like a striking resemblance. Is it, what, did you choose Juliet to deal with him because he looked like his wife so he can be a little bit more friendly? Is that what it is? Or is he saying this for a different reason? You know what I mean?
I'm telling you this, Jack, because my wonderful plan got shot to sunshine when you saw my damned x-rays and figured out I was dying.
You brought me here to operate on you. You want me to save your life.
No, I want you to want to save my life.
I didn't realize I was muted.
All I can ask is that you think about it.
You could have just asked. You know, knowing who Jack is. I mean, y'all know so much about him. Y'all know y'all could have just asked, right? You know what I mean? You could have just asked him.
Do you believe in God, Jack?
Well,
2 days after I found out I had a fatal tumor on my spine, a spinal surgeon fell out of the sky.
Again, could have just asked. But you chose not to.
That's not proof of God. I don't know what is.
I have this strong belief in God because, you know, God found 2 days after you found out you have this tumor on your spine, right? A spinal surgeon falls out of the sky, pretty much, right? And your first instinct is like, I'm gonna trick this guy into to liking me. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thought that comes to your mind after you believe that God sent this guy to save your life. Your thought goes to, man, I gotta figure out a way to infiltrate this group and do all of this other stuff, and, you know, maybe get him over to our side and then explain to him what's happening, or, you know, befriend him, and you know, this elaborate plan just to get him to operate on you and save your life. Like, it's unnecessary, dude. Like, it's crazy. You're confusing me of how you think. I believe the last thing I saw was when they got into the hatch. When they when they got into the hatch. I think that was the last thing I saw.
Looking for Yummy?
Do not speak my brother's name again.
You need to come back in 2 days. Father, what can I do for you? What makes you so interested in our shipments of vaccine, Father?
You agree to give most of it to the militia?
The vaccines fetch a high price in the black market. Whatever you are thinking, do not cross these men. We owe whatever vaccines we have to his work. You remind me of him, you know. You're a good man, too.
That aged pretty poorly.
What's Echo looking for?
His brother's body's in that plane.
I remember John talking to Echo.
So, what exactly did you see back there?
Thing I saw.
What did you see?
Or
I saw a very bright light.
No, I did see the.
It was beautiful.
That is not what I saw.
He's gonna find out that his brother's body is missing.
My brother's gone.
So, you don't want to come down there with us?
No, I will wait here.
I hear you have a shipment of vaccine for sale. If you thought you could do this without me knowing, you don't know who I am. I don't relish taking the life of a holy man. That is why today,
I will only take your hands.
I'm only going to cut off your hands.
Yes, I remember this scene. He ended up killing all three of them in the
You do not know who I am.
Yeah. I think it was here that I...
What are these other TVs for?
Sorry?
All these TVs. This guy says that there's 6 stations. Projects, more than one. So maybe some of these TVs are connected to the other hatches.
Well, I'm suddenly feeling very stupid.
Took a dump, bro. So, man, I ain't got a good shit in days.
What about now?
Especially on a toilet.
John?
Yeah, we got
wiping
something.
my ass with leaves this entire time.
Now we can get out of here.
Oh! A dude with an eye patch. That's another station. Guess so. But where is that location? I guess the information might be in that.
I'm sorry for bringing you here. And for everything that's been done to you and your friends. You have to know, it was all so we could save his life.
Ignore everything I'm saying.
You find that hard to believe, but he is. You probably feel like
And
you
he's
don't
a
have
very,
choice.
he's
But
very
you do,
dangerous.
Jack.
Some of us want to change, but it has to look like an accident. Are you asking Jack to kill this man on the operating table? That's not gonna happen.
My 2 cents.
Jack will never do that.
I want you to trust me. Now, when I tell you that doing the surgery is absolutely the right thing for you to do.
Why is it that I still don't trust this lady, man? I don't know, man. It's like a voice screaming in the back of my head. Don't trust Juliet.
Turn the movie off. Jack. Turn it off. Now.
Where are you going?
At least I don't think so.
London.
Are you a bad man?
Only God knows.
Only God knows.
I see you have your vaccine.
Do you expect me to be grateful? I know what you were planning to do.
Those men,
Those men will be replaced by other men. We are boarding up the church. We can no longer use it.
This is Yemi's church.
It's no longer sacred. And one day you'll be judged for what you did. If I were you, I would start making my peace now. I will go to London and begin to repent. Because you owe God for every life you've taken.
How did he end up in Australia?
You owe him one church.
Echo is a classic example of doing the right things the wrong way. You get what I'm saying? Like it's just one of those things, man, where just to go back to a story of mine or my life, is, you know, when I was homeless in New York, I stole things to eat. Like I stole things from stores, traded it in, you know, somewhere else, like a mom and pop shop or whatever, for cash. So one of the things that I stole like video games from like these retail stores or whatever, and then I would go to GameStop and hand them in, you know what I'm saying, traded it in brand new or whatever, or a mom and pop shop as well that, you know, accepted video games, traded in like that, get some money, you know what I'm saying, and for some reason they never questioned, where are you getting these games? They're still in plastic and everything. You know what I'm saying? Does it make it right? Because what I did was trade it in for the cash, and then I would eat. You know what I'm saying? I would buy food to eat because I was homeless. You know what I'm saying? Does it make it right because I stole food? I stole stuff so that I could eat, right? It doesn't make it right. You still stole. You still committed a sin, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So doing doing the right thing for the not for the wrong reasons, but the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Doing things the right way for the right reasons. Nah, doing the right things, you know what I'm saying, for the right reasons, but in the wrong way still makes it wrong. You get what I'm saying? Like in the beginning, when he essentially broke into the cabinet or the pantry or whatever to make sure his brother ate, is still wrong because he stole it, because it doesn't belong to you. You know what I'm saying? You still stole it at the end of the day. If I got caught in New York stealing and go to jail, I can't tell him, hey, I'm homeless. You know what I'm saying? Let me out. you know, you know, you still committed the crime. You got to do the time. So yes, your belly might be full, but you still gotta be in jail with this full stomach. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you can't use ignorance is not an excuse to do things wrong and be like, oh, because you're doing it for the right reasons or whatever the situation. Now, yeah, I mean, the person, if you get caught doing this, right, or somebody knows you did it and they're saying, listen, you need to repent. And that's at the end of the day, that's the story, right? That's the story. That's the moral of the story, is that, and I think that's what they're trying to, like, his brother is trying to get him to repent for, because he probably never saw it as doing something wrong. He never saw it as doing wrong. He probably looked at it and be like, hey man, I was just out here trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? And that was something I was saying too. It was like, I'm just trying to survive. That's the excuse that was in my head when I was doing what I was doing when I was homeless. Like, I'm just out here trying to survive. I wasn't even look at it and be like, oh, it's wrong. Because nobody was there, like, as a moral compass for me. Because my moral compass was all over the place. Even though you know that it's wrong to steal, be like, well, I'm homeless. What do you expect me to do? I need to eat. I need to survive. Right. And I'm thinking it's the same thing for Echo in this position, because he probably is thinking, I did all of this to survive. I did all of this, you know what I'm saying, the life that was given to me. And, you know what I'm saying, like, it's like I'm in this situation. I got to deal with it a way that I know how. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I got to kill a couple of people to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're in that environment, it's not very easy to hold the moral compass of a priest. As you can see, Yemi was completely different. He knew what he stood for, as a priest, you know what I'm saying, reading the Bible and knowing wrong, understanding right from wrong, and to have no excuse for when you do those wrong things. At the end of the day, if you kill somebody, you can't say you kill them, you know what I'm saying, because you know what I'm saying. It's like, okay, if in self-defense, totally justified. Like, I'm not even trying to go there, but what I'm saying is, if you take up a gun and you go to somebody else's home that maybe hurt your child or something like that, and you kill that person, let's go worst case scenario here, this person molested your kid, right? You go over there with a gun, boom, boom, and shot that person, right? When the police come for you, can you look at them and be like, well, he deserved it because he molested my child? You know what I'm saying? It's still wrong what you did. At the end of the day, it's still wrong. You're still going to go to jail for doing that because it's premeditated, right? So it's just, like, from what I'm seeing so far in this part of his backstory and what they're trying to see, I think maybe his brother is trying to tell him, you need to repent for these things so you can be, so you can get back on the right path. And there are things, you know what I'm saying, when it comes on to Christianity and stuff like that, that there's stuff that, you don't understand for yourself, because people don't, a lot of times people that's in the faith as well, they don't tell you these things. So you kind of don't know because you don't read the Bible for yourself. You don't understand what's going on. So there's always that as well.
Yes.
Are you ready to confess, Echo?
I am ready.
Okay.
I ask for no forgiveness, Father.
Really?
For I have not sinned.
For I have not sinned.
I have only done what I needed to do to survive.
What did I tell you?
I killed a man to save my brother's life. I am not sorry for this. I did not ask for the life that I was given, but it was given nonetheless.
It's all about choices, though. It's what you choose to do with that life, though, my guy.
You speak to me as if I were your brother.
What?
Who are you?
Is this somebody different coming back in human form? Bruh. That thing is lurking. Hey.
Lord is my shepherd.
Oh, they're pulling on that Psalm 23 real quick. Bruh. It's gonna kill him. Ah, man, they playing the sad music.
It's okay.
Come on, bro. They gonna kill off Echo? What is he saying? I wonder if... Did this happen because he didn't confess? Gotta be kidding me. They kill off Echo, dude? Can't believe this. They killed him, man. He dead. He dead in the eyes, bro. Bruh.
What did he say, John?
Yeah, what did he say?
He said, we're next.
He said, we're next. Bruh. Echo would have been a... You know what I'm saying? Become one of the main people, you know what I'm saying? Get some plot armor. But no. Beginning of season 3, they decided, nope. We're gonna kill him. I don't know if that's because of special circumstances that happened. Maybe he was moving on to something else, the actor. And maybe, I don't know if this was planned, because they made it seem like Echo was going to be a strong character moving forward in the show. Really became very attached to this character. No joke. He became one of my favorites, and I did say that, I think, at the end of season 2. I did talk about the fact that Echo became one of my favorite characters in the show because of his journey. I think he has the more... I mean, everybody has been through a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? But Echo was he was kind of like the protector over the rest of them. He was the only one that had that kind of grit to his experience that he's had because of his past. So it was kind of like having him, believe, but at least I believe that our main crew, the people that we rock with, that crashed off the plane, had someone there that could, have, follow. They can follow trails and all this other stuff other than John. But John doesn't really have, that killer instinct. He's more of like an adventurer. Studied a lot, know a lot about the woods, hunting, all of that good stuff. But, he's never, at least as far as what we know so far, he never killed anybody. or even had the guts. Even in the last flashback that we saw, he didn't even have the guts to take out the dude that was, you know, that was a cop that, you know, essentially swindled him. Not that I'm advocating for people killing cops or whatever when if you find out that they're undercover or whatever the situation is, but at the end of the day, he didn't have the nuts to do it, right? So you know, he essentially got called, you know, got conned again, you know, took advantage of, just like his daddy took advantage of him, you know what I'm saying, multiple circumstances. So when it comes on to Echo has had that real life experience. Like, he's killed dudes, you know what I'm saying? He's really that guy, you know what I mean, when it comes on to that stuff. So I was kind of looking at him as the protector of the rest, because now he's a priest. You know, if push comes to shove, he will show you that axe, you know what I'm saying? But Echo is now out of the picture. I'm wondering, who was he really speaking to? Why would his brother say that to him? You know what I'm saying? But now, instead of him living, you know, in this turmoil, you know, he's out. And I have to say, I'm a little sad about it. I'm a little sad. I feel like that this wasn't planned. At least that's what I'm saying to comfort myself, because I'm a little bit in denial. But at the same time, it could have been conflicting schedules with this actor, you know, at the time, so they couldn't keep him, so they figured out a way to kill him off, I guess. But it just seems very abrupt to me, because of what the character did, you know, in season 2. But then again, he did get hurt, so maybe it was just easier to kill him off, you know what I'm saying? Because I really thought that he was going to become that guy. Now, I am going to keep his character in mind for things going forward based on the story, because of, you know, how he was acting about the button and all this other stuff. I'm keeping a lot of things in mind to recall, you know, also when things start to ramp up to the end, when things are going to be starting to reveal, and I'm being a lot more open about a lot of the mysteries in the show. So that I can recall stuff, because even this situation with Juliet trying to reach out to Jack and tell Jack, oh, you need to kill this guy, kill Ben on the operating table, you know, while you're trying to fix his, you know, get this tumor out, you should just kill him. But Jack is not that type of person. Like, he's just not. Like, he's not the type of person. Like, in some ways, he's still holding that Hippocratic oath to heart, because he took the oath. You know what I'm saying? So he's still gonna help regardless. And that's why I said in the last episode, where he was helping, you know, to save her life, like, Jack is not going to hesitate to help somebody whose life is in danger, regardless of if there is his enemy or not, because that's just in his nature to help, right? His nature is to help. You know what I'm saying? At one point in my life, I wanted to become a doctor, but the problem with that is that I wanted to be somewhat of a surgeon. That's what I wanted to specialize in. And, you know, I don't remember because it was a long time ago. I had this dream of becoming a doctor. I wanted to become a research scientist. There's a lot of things I wanted to become. I don't remember exactly what. If it was a heart surgeon, I think it was a neurologist I wanted to be. I wanted to be a brain surgeon, right? And now that I'm actually thinking about it, I'm remembering. And the first thing I noticed about myself, I never pursued any of this, by the way. Never pursued it, because by the time I had this, when I was like around, I want to say 8 or 9 years old, this is what I wanted to be, right? But then as I got older, not only did I get introduced to computers, that kind of steered me away from it, but also I realized that I was literally probably incapable of doing it, becoming any type of surgeon, because of my hands. I have very unsteady hands. Like, I can't even keep my hands still. If you look at my hands, they're all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like, my hands are not very steady. And you have to have practically nerves of steel, you know what I'm saying, to become any type of surgeon working on people, because you don't want to make mistakes and, you know, people just be dying, you know, on your table. So either way, you know, you still have that energy, you know what I'm saying? You can help people in other ways. You don't have to be a doctor. You can still be a very helpful person in life. The whole situation with Echo, it's all about making choices, man. It can't just be like, okay, this is the hand that I was dealt, so I'm just playing by the rules or whatever the situation is. We all have free will, you know what I'm saying? We all do. We can make choices. We can make better choices. I know in some situations you might look at it and be like, man, I didn't have a choice. We all do, you know what I'm saying? We all do, you know what I mean? I get why he's saying what he's saying about him saving his brother's life, but what about all the other things that came after that, Echo? We can give you that one. You know what I'm saying? We can give you that one. We can say, okay, you saved your brother's life, you know what I'm saying, by shooting that man. What about all the other dudes that you took out, my guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, as a result of being with the enemy because they took you away, right? Being with them, learning their ways, whatever, they grew you to be a soldier or whatever the situation is, and you adapted. And you know, even when you had a choice to come back, when your brother offered you a way back in, you still refused, because, you know what I'm saying? So was it really about survival though? You know what I'm saying? Was it really about survival, or you just, you know, you had some sort of, you became a little bit too enamored with what was going on, and you're just like, oh, I love this type of life, and you just did that. You became the boss. Well, maybe not the boss of bosses, but you were running with dudes. They respected you. You know what I'm saying? And you were running with them. So it's like, you even threatened your own brother at one point with your 2 men. It's just like, I won't hurt you, but I would have these men burn your church down or whatever the situation is. So let's just be honest and keep it a buck, right? So in my opinion, man, for some reason, when it comes on to Juliet, I still don't trust her. I don't trust her. She comes off a lot more friendly, but maybe she's just trying to get Ben out of the way so that she can do and take over and do things the way how she wants to do. Or maybe she feels like Ben is doing personal things, you know, and they don't really roll like that. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. But either way, incredible episode. As I said, those are my thoughts when it comes on to this entire thing. It's like, what are you going to do now? You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do now? What will Jack's decision be? I don't think he's going to agree to do something like that, because that's just not Jack. For all we know, they could be playing one against the other. So you can't really take sides, because you don't know what's the game the enemy is playing. At least Ben was a little bit more upfront to Jack when he came in to tell him about it. It's like, you know, I want you to want to save my life. But the thing about it is that I keep saying throughout the episode, you could have just asked, my guy, why go through all of this? Why go through all of this? Why kidnap me? You know what I'm saying? You could have just asked. You could have approached the camp and be like, hey man, we've been here for all this time. You know what I'm saying? It's obvious they're protecting something that they believe is bigger than everything else. And that's why they have to go through all of this just to talk to these people that crashed land on the island, because they could have went over there and they could have approached them and be like, hey man, we've been here for, you know, 20 something years, this Dharma initiative, whatever, and just spill all the secrets and just let them know, hey man, the outside world is still continuing. We're going to try our best to get home. But the problem is they also have a mission, so they can't jeopardize that mission to serve themselves, but at the same time they do still want to serve themselves. So it's so weird. But in either case, great episode, loved it. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode as well. Leave a like, leave a comment. I will catch you guys for the next one, man. Peace.